If you're hiring an architect for the first time, you're probably scared of making a really expensive mistake. And honestly, you should be a little scared because some architects make this process way more hard and stressful than it needs to be. I've been practicing architecture for over 20 years, and I'm going to show you 4 red flags that should make you walk away from an architect immediately. Red flag number 1: architects who won't or can't explain costs upfront. Now, here's the thing. Can I tell you exactly what your house will cost in the first 5 minutes of a phone call? No. It's like asking, how much does a watch cost? Or, some people ask, how much do you charge per square foot? A contractor of mine just told me his answer to that is, well, how much did your car cost per pound? Like it just doesn't work that way. But here's what a good architect should be able to do: give you a range. They should be able to give you a general idea, like tell you, okay, for projects like yours in this area, here's what we've been seeing. Here's what typically drives costs up. Here's what drives costs down. And here's what we're going to do to get you clarity before you commit to anything. If an architect just says, oh, it's hourly and we'll just see how it goes, or I don't know, that's just sloppy. It's a red flag because you're not asking for a guarantee, right? You're just asking for some guidance, and guidance is literally the job. I do a feasibility study early on. It's paid, it's a standalone thing so that we know exactly what we're going for. We understand the scope, and after that, everything is easier to price. I give clients ranges not just for my design fees, but what they can expect construction to cost. That's what you should expect from any architect. Red flag number 2: architects who talk more about their vision than yours. Now, look, you do want an architect with a strong point of view. I wouldn't hire an architect who's just an order taker. Like, that's a waste of everybody's time. You want someone who can shape your vision in a way that makes sense, who brings expertise to the table. But here's the difference: that point of view should be about how to solve your problem, not showing off their signature style. Every architect has a bit of a God complex. I mean, we're designing buildings, we're creating the space that you live in, but it doesn't have to be this top down genius, I'm the genius, you do what I say thing. Like, is somebody going to hire me to do a traditional, colonial house? No, but I'm also not going to impose on them something that they don't like because I've taken the time to understand what you like in a deep way. So the architect's first move is, let me show you my portfolio instead of tell me how you actually live. Um, it's a red flag. Like, we don't have projects without clients. So you don't want this take it or leave it design attitude. Red flag number 3 is architects who pressure you to commit before you're ready. So imagine you have a phone call with an architect and they immediately send over this big AIA contract that says, sign here, $10,000 retainer, let's get started. It's like a marriage proposal after a 20-minute coffee date. You wouldn't get married to someone that quickly, would you? So you wouldn't hire an architect that quickly. You want an architect who's going to take some baby steps with you early on, someone who offers you a way to test the relationship first. Maybe it's a feasibility study. Maybe it's a strategy session where you talk through what's realistic, but it should never feel like you're being rushed into a massive commitment before you even have clarity on what's possible, what things cost, whether this is even the right person for you, because it is a relationship. So that's how you get on the same page. It's not from jumping into design right away or signing a huge contract. It's from dipping your toes in. And if it doesn't feel right for you, you can get out without having a messy divorce. And here's number 4. Red flag is architects who don't stay involved during construction. Honestly, I never understood why an architect wouldn't want to be involved during construction, but I know some who they just do the design, they hand off the drawings, you figure out the permits, you figure out the contractor, maybe call me if there's a problem. And that's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disappointment. Here's what happens when an architect disappears once construction starts. Your builder starts making guesses. They have to. I guess it's supposed to be this way. I guess this is what he meant over here. And every guess either costs you money or ruins the design you paid for. But there's an even deeper issue with that is that that architect probably didn't work out all the details to begin with. They probably just gave you enough drawings to get a permit, and enough drawings to get a permit is very different from the drawings you need to actually build something. You want someone who's going to be on site, who's going to be available, who wants to be available, and who wants to make a real relationship with you and your builder. Um, like I'll bring in builders early in the design process so we can partner together, client, architect, builder, a triangle. So it's not some antagonistic thing down the line where everyone's pointing fingers. That's a disaster. And who wants to be in the middle of that? So those are the four red flags: architects who won't explain costs, architects who talk more about their vision than yours, architects who pressure you to commit before you're ready, and the architects who disappear once construction starts. If any of these sound familiar, or if you're just not sure where to start with your project, I'm happy to talk. I'll walk you through what a calm, well guided process actually looks like. It's no pressure, it's just clarity. And if there's any red flags that you think I missed, let me know in the comments. Until then.